Hello? Yes? The pudding police? Enough meats. It's time for the sweets. It's banana pudding week. We are making banana pudding. Well, of course, we're going to do it a little bit differently. We're going to take you through this specific recipe. We're going to start with our pudding. We have our whipped cream and we have our cookies. Most people are just going to be using Nilla wafers just out of the box. We're going to make our own Nilla wafers. Not that hard, very simple cookie. We're also going to add some toasted sesame seeds to them to kind of bring up the tahini flavor in our tahini banana pudding. We're doing this tahini banana pudding because we just had a pop-up with TLV, Israeli place. They use a bunch of tahini and the hummus and the sauces and everything else. So we're going to add a little bit of tahini in the banana pudding. It's going to kind of add this kind of nutty, roasty flavor to the pudding. We've got honey in the whipped cream. We've got toasted sesame seeds in the Nilla wafer cookies that we're making ourselves. Let's do the banana pudding. It's going to be 8 ounces of room temperature butter, 7 ounces of sugar, and a little bit of vanilla paste. This is a little bit of vanilla paste, which is a bunch of collected vanilla beans in a sugar syrup. I'm just going to cream these together. Just want the butter and the sugar to come together so the sugar does not stay granular in the cookie, and it'll help the butter not like all melt out and grease out. So bringing these two together when we're making cookies, this is usually the first step in any cookie, is creaming these together till they're nice and smooth. Or we're gonna add some liquid to this in the form of 2 eggs and 2 tablespoons of milk. Then we're gonna add that to our flour. We're gonna refrigerate it and roll it out and bake them off. 2 tablespoons of milk, 2 whole eggs. This is 14 ounces AP flour, 1.5 tablespoons baking powder, and 1 teaspoon kosher salt. We're gonna mix these together till it's nice and homogeneous, and then we're gonna add our sesame seeds. $350, we're looking at about 20 minutes. In this pot right here, I've got 20 eggs, 2 gallons of milk, 3 quarts of cream, 2 quarts of sugar, 12 peeled bananas, 2 tablespoons of banana extract, and this is the 2nd quart of tahini. If we were making smoked banana pudding, the only thing I would do different besides omitting the tahini would be to smoke the bananas before they went in. About 20, 30 minutes, just peel them, put them on a sheet tray, pop them in the smoker until they get brown, throw them in here and puree. How we work with gelatin, dry gelatin like this, is we put it onto a cold liquid and let the gelatin bloom, and then when we heat it up and mix it all together, the gelatin will dissolve, and then when it sits and cools, all the gelatin is dispersed, and then it will set as a pudding. The eggs in here give it richness. The tahini is going to give it really nice smoothness and nuttiness. It's going to be a really good pudding. Here we go. Let's put spurs to it. Okay, everything in here has been pureed. It tastes exactly like a peanut butter banana smoothie. It's delicious. We're going to go in with a little bit of this gelatin, just kind of on top. I don't want to put too much. We're going to let this bloom for about 5 minutes and then stir it in. And then we're going to cook it very slowly till it comes up to 165 to cook the eggs, melt the gelatin, and then we'll run it through the strainer to make sure we catch any little bits of banana or cooked egg. And then we'll set it and forget it like Rampa Peel. Cookies. So these came out really nice, pretty much exactly what we want, a little color on the bottom. We're gonna just probably store these uncovered, let them get kind of crusty and dried out. Then we're just gonna break them and crumble them on top of the puddings. But they came out really good. We should just bake these. But if it's on high heat, I want to keep it moving and stirring on the bottom. So I just got this on 1, checking the temperature in here, 120s. So just keeping an eye on it until we get to about 165.
You can follow a recipe and do everything right, but you're never 100% sure the pudding is going to set, so it's always good to come into the walk-in in the morning and see that jiggle like that. For the whipped cream, I drizzled a pint of honey into 2 quarts of heavy whipping cream while I beat it with this hand mixer, so it all kind of mixed up together, and I just beat it up till I got stiff peaks. In building the pudding, it's nice to kind of do the puddings in something that you can see through, so you can see all the nice layers. We've got about 3 ounces of the pudding, some sliced fresh banana. After that, we're going to go in with some of our honey whipped cream. Finishing up with some garnish here, we want to add some texture and reinforce the flavors that are in our pudding. So we've got some dried banana chips, then we've got some tahini. After that, we're going to do just a little bit of sesame seeds, and then some of our crumbled sesame Nilla wafer.